Hey, I probably won't be on for long, but I was bored and thought I would pop on live. I just cleaned up some jars, so I'm just drying those off. Hey, Angela. I probably won't be on for too long, but I was just bored. I did catch up Sis's baby, or I did the neutralization. I'm probably still going to hang out and do the mottling, but it feels weird. Hey, Brittany. It feels weird doing it on... Like, I don't really want to do it on an off-schedule live. It feels better to, like, do it on video if I'm going to... Then again, it is the mottling that we've already done on the face. I don't know. I should probably just do whatever I want and not overthink it. God, I almost forgot. You like my facial accessory? Had some acne popping up there. Since I was already using acne cream on the stains on the doll. Yup. Yeah, though at this point I'm like really ahead of schedule, which I always enjoy for most dolls. But I feel like with this particular doll being high profile, people are gonna, I mean, I'm still gonna emphasize my boundaries if they do, but I feel like people are gonna give me shit if I finish early and like, because typically what I'll do for a custom order, if I schedule your doll from November and I finish it, let's say I schedule your doll, I think Twyla was like August, it was 2 months for Twyla, but I did it early. But let's say you're like July, August, if your doll is scheduled for July, August, but I have some time in June and I managed to actually finish painting it early. But let's say you're like July, August, if your doll is scheduled for July, August, but I have some time in June and I managed to actually finish painting your kit. Might expect me to then start the doll's rooting in July, but for me, I'm like, oh, I got the painting done early. I don't have to do the rooting until August, so I've got a month off to paint a doll, like to just like paint to make to sell or paint something else for a little bit. Like that's how I see things, but I think in a high profile custom order, a lot of people are going to be like, why aren't you working on Sis's baby? Which I can handle, but we could also mitigate that. Why do we have this many viewers? It's so late. But yeah, I'm just cleaning up some jars. So we have, the legs are now completely neutralized. I might just do one more pass over the creases with the legs. And then I'm going to catch up on the mottling. Not sure if I'm going to do it tonight. If it was Genesis, I could do it tonight. But I'm doing it with BC, which takes a little bit longer to dry, even though I really do like the colors. It's a little bit of acne cream. I had some stuff popping up. I could have taken it off, but couldn't be bothered. Do you remember just sanitize your hands? Yeah, I know I have something on my face. I just wanted it to stay there for the content, for your comments specifically. No, I just didn't feel like I'd have a little bit of acne popping up there. I had one here too, but I wiped that off just because I was like, okay, we're not going to be that obvious. We'll put one here. So people aren't always commenting on it just when I turn my head. Sure, Emma Parmeter. What's up, Emma Parmeter? Hope I'm saying your last name right. Parmeter. Wee. Hi, Candy's cooking channel. What do you cook on your cooking channel? What do you make? Everything. You don't look white, so I know you're good. cooking. I had to learn. Oh my god, my family is so flippin'. Like, my mom has, like, her go-to meals for stuff, but I'm always, no, I'm not gonna do that, Emma. Get followers by doing content, like everybody else does. But, yeah, my dad still can't handle spicy, but I'm slowly introducing them to some Asian cuisine, because I love cooking, and I love learning different, styles of cooking. I learned how to make like more, or I made a hot and sour soup that I've been wanting to make for a long time, and now I throw a bunch of like leftover veg into a hot and sour soup when I'm like not feeling good, and I did that for dinner today. You don't do Asian cooking? I tried to do like sushi and stuff like that, because I do like rice in general, but I feel like it's just really hard to find good nori. Even the Asian supermarket I did, it wasn't like that good. Like, it was too fishy smelling, whereas normally the nori that you get in with sushi at restaurants is different. I also do Indian pretty well. You said you do basic stuff, Candy. I'm sure it's good though. Sometimes the basics are just as good. I just know I'm like a level 10 susceptible. Like, when I see some good food online, I'm like, I want to try that. And then I make it. But my main things that I do are sourdough bread is kind of what I'm known for in my family. I perhaps shall. Hell yeah, Andrew Queer, love it. Woo! Yes, bread. But yeah, bread is what my family tends to demand, because I've already made the white joke. But yeah, sourdough bread's a big one. Yeah, I'm definitely not picky, but there are also definitely some things that I wish I could really enjoy. Pho was like that. Pho was like that for a long time. I couldn't do the Vietnamese pho. I couldn't even walk into the restaurant because the smell made me nauseous. And then I had it one time when I was sick. I've noticed it's kind of an acquired taste. Like, you have to be used to the spice. And it's not even spicy. It's just like, it's a different kind of seasoning, and like that warm, something about the warmness of like I couldn't walk into the restaurants when I did Grubhub and stuff. I couldn't spend too much time there because it would make me nauseous. But now I love pho. I know I've been live all day. I think I'm kind of just like running. I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like staying on live today. What's the best color to wear on picture day? That is a great question for me. I'd say, well, not blue, or because the background is going to be blue. Solid colors work nicely, but you're able to, but it's like a green screen. It's a knockout background with green screen, so I wouldn't do like royal blue. She's asking me this because she knows I work for Life Touch, so. Y'all stop answering. You don't work for Life Touch. No, just kidding. I took her son's senior photos. But yeah, when my knee is not being stupid, I work for Life Touch, so I do school photos. But yeah, as long as it's not royal blue, that's the same color of our knockout background. That doesn't mean you can't take your photo. I just wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, something neutral is always nice. And solid colors. Thank you. You hated school photos. I'm sorry my company did that to you. That's why I don't like doing the yearbook photos. I did them my first year, but then by my second year, I was good enough at everything else that if I was like, I want to do this, and this season, they were like, okay, you take good photos. You can. Hey, Sunny D. All right, so I just washed off all of my things. Yes, I know I have something on my face. It's acne cream because I have something building up there. And it's one of those stupid painful ones that if like I brush my hair and I bump it, I'm like, ow. All right, so now these are all cleaned up. Sis's baby's head is in the oven, but we can go get it. And I'm about to do mottling on, I'm about to put the legs in the oven, and then I'll grab the head. And if you guys want, we can do some mottling. I don't feel, would there be any chance of June getting done before Christmas? Either way, that is what I'm scheduling. I was actually saying that earlier. So if for some reason it's not going to happen, because that's not how reports work, they take way longer. But if I got done tomorrow, it wouldn't be that, or if I got done with the skin tone tomorrow, I still need to do the hair. What happens there is I now have a break until December. That's how it is. Let's say, you know, I have another doll. Let's say I'm normally October, November. That's what we're doing. So we paint the doll in October, root the doll in November. If I finish painting that doll on October 4th, I now have the rest of the month off to paint whatever I want. And then I start rooting in November. That's how I view things. Like you don't automatically fall ahead of schedule if I finish. Just like, for instance, if you do, let's say you have an assignment due on Friday. If you get it done on Monday, that doesn't mean you get more work. That's the way people understand it a little bit better. If I get my work done early, I get a break and I can chill. And that's what's going to happen if I finish the skin tone early. We'll do a couple photo shoots and stuff, and then I'm going to start working on the November customs, or I'm going to do make to sell doll, try to make some money in the interim. Either way, whenever she goes home, that's between me and Amanda, but it will be by Christmas. You pop all your acne. I eventually get tired of it. I try not to. How in the world is there stuff under here? I don't know how that works. I do love these jars, but I'm like, there's water inside of it because it's double walled. I don't know how that happens. I had a mango earlier, and even though I flossed, I can still feel there's one stray, like, mango flesh in my tooth. It's distracting. I need to get one of those, like, cute little star and shaped, those cute little star acne things that all the little cute teenagers have these days. That just look like little star stickers or heart stickers, and you just put them on your face like you're in kindergarten again. Just putting stickers on your forehead. I should get that shit. It's adorable. Yeah, I normally don't have too many. I only, normally I'm pretty good at not touching it, and I wash my face most of the time. But I was using acne cream, because that's how you get stains off dolls. I was using acne cream to get a stain off another doll. And I was just like, oh, might as well put this on my face, because it's one of those ones where, like, when you bump it, it's actually kind of sore. I'll go on here, too. I don't know. I'm probably not getting enough sleep. I always break out when I don't get enough sleep. Thank you. Actually, so I did get my shirt on the TikTok shop, but they didn't send it to me for free or anything. So it's not like sponsored, but there's the link for it. It should show up in the thing. And the headband actually came with one of the Temu outfits that I got for my dolls, but it was it's just a giant string of a headband. And I was like, I'm not going to put that on the dolls. It's, maybe for afro hairstyles where it's like you can make it look cute. But I don't know. I don't want like a dangly weird headband on my dolls. And I was like, wait a minute. I looked over as I was putting this shirt on, and I looked over and I saw this and I was like, that matches. And then I tried it and I was like, why is that adorable? That's probably another reason I'm live today, because I'm subconsciously like, I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty, even though I got acne cream on my face. The acne patches don't really work. Well, at least I wouldn't touch it, and I feel like it would kind of help it, I guess it wouldn't help it. I don't know. It might help it dry out. A new season of Heartstopper is ready to watch now. What? Just got a Netflix notification. The Mighty Patch is the only brand that actually works. Good to know. I don't get acne enough to like actually invest in that. I just like, in theory, that would be cute. But I don't know. Maybe that I'm like fucking freelance content creator right now. Gotta look my best. Yes, this is Sis's baby's leg. So we had an issue with the legs. They had little stains on the heels. So I got those stains off very successfully. Looks perfect now. So now I have to catch up the legs to the hands, which is fine because I pre-mix all my stuff and keep it in jars. So it's like the colors were right there anyway. Her head's in the oven right now, but I can go grab it. Thanks for the follow, guys. Just making sure we don't have any flesh tones in the creases. So there's nothing worse than having like a chalky tone in the crease. I've got a doll that's over 11 years old. The paint should last for decades. There's like a around the 6-month mark, I kind of make my dolls a little bit like bright, like a little bit warm, because around the 6-month mark is when they've sort of cooled down a little bit. They don't like turn gray or anything like that. They just almost look, they look better. They actually look their best around the 6-month mark when their painting kind of settles, if that makes sense. It like loses a little bit of brightness, but kind of in a good way. And then it should stay around there for a little bit. But the oldest dolls, my experience is that they just kind of become slightly more cool toned, but the paint should stay with proper care and handling. Have you noticed an increase in audience since Amanda announced you were doing Sis's Baby? Not really. No, completely kidding. No, everything has changed since saying I was doing Sis's Baby. I went from begging for people to order my customs and not having any work and about to go into financial debt to making $3,000 in 2 days. Not just by being on TikTok. And it's not even like, it's not TikTok money. It's people were contacting me for custom orders, and now I'm booked out till January. So it's like, though I have made money on TikTok as well. But it's great. It's been a great collaboration. Obviously, a lot of people have come over here for Sis's Baby, which I find fantastic. I'm kind of a performance monkey, and I love custom orders, so I don't mind making a lot of this live and interacting with the people. And I've got a lot of confidence in my painting skill, so I don't think it bothers me that much to have people commenting, even weird comments or even people who don't understand what's going on. I've got enough painting skill and enough experience in the business to just kind of be like, let that roll right over me most of the time. So yeah, I think I was the perfect person for this. And I'm so glad that I'm doing it. Maybe I'll make them so addicted that they're going to need another one. But at this point, I feel like it's just given me the bump. Like now I'm almost 20, or I am at 20K, but like past 10K, I can now make money on TikTok, and I've been steadily making a little bit of money. Sis is the sister-in-law of Amanda Stewart, who is somebody who's very popular in the community of special needs caregivers. And she has a special needs sister who adores her reborns and sort of expresses herself through them. And I got the opportunity to make a custom order for her, so that's why a lot of the subscribers are here. And I'm really lucky for that. Yeah, and I think the best part about that money is that it's all money that feels earned. Like, yeah, I feel like I would have gotten there eventually, but this boost right now at this time, right before I need a knee surgery, meant so much because I needed it right now. And to have this little rush moment where I got to, sort of speed through maybe what could have had to have been a year of work before I got to this point where I could be making money on TikTok. Or maybe not a year. I don't know. Basically, I had 8,000 followers by the first 8 months of painting. Like, I was gaining about 1,000 a month, and a lot of that was from my zombie video, the zombie toddler that I made. I sort of popped off, and I went up to 2,000 in a couple days because of that. But this has been something completely different. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys are here for Amanda and Sis, and I hope you stay for some really cute reborns and some really informative and hopefully entertaining painting videos and tips and stuff like that. I've been doing this for a long ass time. Off and on. Things are going good. I just cleaned up. Oh my gosh, why you guys being too nice. Too many gifts. Thank you. Yeah, that was the main goal. And I was honest with Amanda with that from the start. I'm like, really, I'm just feeling so destitute as far as getting orders. Like, that's all I want. It's not even like the followers necessarily that I need. It's just that, like, I want the following for the orders. I want the following so I can work. I've got the skill. I just need to get back in there because I took that 2-year hiatus. Because I had to move in with my parents and my living situation didn't really support painting, and I think it's sort of kismet. And it's funny because Amanda actually came back into TikTok around the same time that I started painting again, which I found out a couple days ago. She was like, oh yeah, we just kind of restarted things around January. I was like, oh my gosh, that's funny. I started painting again in January. I think this was like really meant to be. We all kind of, came in around the same time. Oh, but you're here to stay. Thank you. I know I'm a lot more chaotic than Amanda, and I know I've got a bit of a potty mouth, and sometimes I'm a little, sometimes I try a little too hard to be Miss Stand-Up Comedian with my goofiness, but you'll get some neurospicy fun over here for sure. And if anybody, and also I have to say, Amanda and Wendy were so on it with, like, the second I hit 10K, Amanda texted me and she was just like, all right, now make sure you sign up for the content creator thing. Cause she knew, cause I told her from the start, I was like, look, I'm not doing well financially and I'm about to have to, like, pay a bunch of medical things out of pocket cause my insurance is being stupid. And, like, all I want is for this to work out so I can start getting those regular payments. But, they've been very helpful with letting me know how things work when you get a little bit more popular on here and how to make money on TikTok. And fortunately, all of the things just sound super fun anyway. Like, they're like, try to post 3 videos a day. And I'm like, I fucking love editing videos. I really do. Oh, thank you, Kira. You guys are gonna make me cry. I already almost cried. I actually cried a little bit when I watched Amanda's video of when she was talking to Sis and they announced that they found the giveaway winner. His name is Adam. We don't know much else about him, but his name is Adam. The giveaway winner for the doll that I made them. I actually started crying when I heard that it was a reborn daddy. The giveaway winner for the doll that I made them. I actually started crying when I heard that it was a reborn daddy. valued in our community, and you don't have to be female or even AFAB to enjoy dolls. Like, everybody should enjoy dolls. It's awesome. Alright, should we go get Sis's head? I will find the freaking mango flesh that is in my tooth. That's probably why I'm making weird faces. I found it! This is the real content, y'all. The true content. Yeah. Sis is so freaking funny. Alright, should we go get Sis's head? And then what are we baking next? Probably, I'm gonna do the legs. Yes, I did. That's kind of how they found me originally. Amanda was, I mean, we had talked a couple times. She had showed up on my lives a couple times. But, she asked me if I had any babies for sale, and I recommended the twins. But then told her I had another one for $500 that was a little bit more high quality. And I kind of knew, like, I was recommending the twins because they were a little bit cheaper, and they're weighted light, and I know she tends to pick somebody with special needs, which she did as well. Whereas Eleni is like a full reborn who's weighted heavy and a little delicate. But I think she really liked Eleni, and I sort of knew in that moment, I was like, oh no, Sis is gonna fall in love, because that baby is a pretty baby. Sorry, this kit's heavy. So when a mommy reborn and a daddy reborn love each other very much, a magic dance happens. Honestly, the process is so obnoxious. But, like, it takes a lot of layers of paint, and each one is baked as well. We are 8 layers in, and it looks like I've done nothing. You get molds. I order molds. But this is 8 layers later. You can sort of see the mottling. Believe it or not, there's 6 layers of mottling under there. And you're like, Tess, why would you do 6 layers of something you can barely see? Because depth. Ignore my acne cream. We're just rocking it today. If you want, we could do reborning questions. I can pull up photos and websites of where I get the stuff. Keep following along because I show a lot of it. All right, you guys want to see June with eyes while she's warm? It's easier for me to get in there. I hear you, Woody Butt. How's my handsome? I know, Pascal's eyebrows. I love doing a pronounced eyebrow. And it'll look a little bit less intense once I root his hair, because his hair is going to be a very thick dark brown and black. So we have Sis's baby here. I'm just going to put some temporary eyes in there. They're not glass, so they're not going to look super realistic. So you see the hair? I do the hair, yes. I do one hair at a time when I root. I'm really obnoxious about it. That's something when I came back to painting, I was like, that's something I want to come in doing instead of being lazy with rooting like I used to be. And come to find out, it's actually not that hard to root once you got the good materials. And I did have that. So Sis's baby has had 8 layers. The eyes stay in place because she's got little sockets in there. They're a little bit of a bitch to get the eyes in sometimes. But, let's see. You can sort of see, so the socket should be, so there you go. See, those are the sockets that I'm sort of pushing on. I cut a hole in the sockets so that I could put the eyes in. And this is Pascal. He's done, he's just ready for rooting. So he's got some mapping on his hair. You can see the little baby hairs going up the head. Angels, that's okay, but it's not for you, so it doesn't matter what you think. That's what we call an inside thought. I know, I love Pascal. I can show my rooting work too. Right back. So this was the first doll I rooted coming back into painting, and the first doll I mono rooted ever. And I think I'm even better now, especially at cutting. There's a couple parts that I know most people would be like, what? I didn't even notice that till you pointed it out, but like here I can tell where it's been cut. But I've rooted 3 heads since her, and I've gotten better and better and better, and I'm hoping I'm going to kick ass with Pascal. This is my little baby. This is Daviny. It's my girl. I love her so much. Her little sweater. She's literally been sitting in the bassinet like this because her hair just looks so perfect right now and I don't want to touch it. Pascal has not been sold. He's going to be somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000, but I'm not sure yet. I'll finish his hair first and then we'll decide how much he was worth. She's so pretty. There's her little hands. Her little feet. I use mohair, which is goat's hair. It's very, very fine and so soft. We don't use human hair because human hair is very coarse and thick. If you were to put your human hair that is on your head on a baby, it would look ridiculous. Because our hair, as we are adults, gets thicker and coarser. Oh, thank you. And I've gotten better since this. I have gotten better. See, like, I don't like how hers is cut. And I was like, oh, I want the bottom to be thinner. And I wouldn't do that again because now it messes up very easily because it's thinner. Yes, I will always use mohair to root. Just different brands of mohair because some of them are finer or thinner than others. Finer or thicker. He is very cute. I even think I've improved a lot since her. I think I did a little better on him. Sometimes she's a little bit too pretty. She's a little, like, she looks like the kind of baby that you wouldn't think it's a doll, but you'd be like, oh my gosh, she looks like a little doll. So they're not like silicone squishy, but they're not hard. See? It's not like where they open their mouth or anything. It's just, they're definitely not hard. And they're hollow. Here's Pascal. He's even got little pimples on his chin and on the top of his nose, along with the milk bumps. I love how his eyebrows turned out. You bought one for your kid and you bought a hard one. Interesting. So yeah, some dolls will take a modified pacifier, which means you, like, June, her mouth is open, so she's going to take the kind of pacifier where you just cut the top off, and then it'll fit right in there. Dolls with closed mouths, she's actually got a tiny bit of an opening in her mouth, and she takes a modified pacifier, which I have one for her, but most of the time, magnetic. Oh, this one isn't. This one's a little bit for a bigger baby. How long does it take to make a special paint? Well, all my dolls take around probably 80 hours-ish. Maybe like more like 50, 60 if it's painted hair. This isn't Pascal. This is a doll that I already had rooted, but this is what the rooting looks like. This was my very first mono rooting job. I've gotten better since this. But believe me, once I start working on Pascal's head, it's gonna be a minute before I finish, like even with dark hair. Even with dark hair, it's gonna take a bit. Dark hair is the easiest to root because you can see it. Well, thanks for the gifts, guys. Oh, I was saying this earlier, but then I completely got sidetracked. This was like 40 minutes ago. But if anybody is ever curious about... Basically, I see myself getting more popular on here, but I want to, like, also be a transparent person. And I always am that way, and I don't really have any other mode. If anybody's curious about, like, how you make money on TikTok, I'm not, like, the most knowledgeable person at that, but, like, I'm open with that shit. Like, I'm not about to tell you how much somebody paid for a custom order, but if anybody's like, oh, how much do you make on TikTok? Like, I'm not afraid of saying that. I think it's been 6 days. And I've made about 600 with the videos, but I think most of that was the sis video that popped off. And I think it's gonna slow down as well. Because TikTok likes it when you're unpopular, but you have viral videos. Like if you got less followers and you get viral videos, you get paid more than if you actually have followers and get viral videos, if that makes sense. Sis's baby's coming along very nice. She's got 8 layers now, so we did 3 neutralization layers. And it's funny, some people are like, they look at this and they're like, oh, so you did like 1 layer? Or so you're about to start? No, this is 8 layers. She's got mottling. And I neutralized her, yeah, these aren't her permanent eyes. These are some plastic eyes. They're just temporary. But yeah, so we did 3 neutralization layers. We did an earth mint, which is like a white and green layer to tone down the orange. Even though that green doesn't technically neutralize orange, that color just ends up perfect for toning down orange. And then I do like a flesh layer to really get that creaminess. And then I sort of do like a creamy magenta that also is very white. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly Stetler. Thank you so much. But yeah, I did like a creamy magenta, and that neutralizes any semblance of green, because when we start doing warming yellow layers, we don't want any of those yellows to turn green by having any sort of green undertones. And then we did 5 layers of mottling, which are actually shown, hold up, here. So we did crimson, and then more of a purpley, and then there's like a bright salmon, a very bright magenta, and this was very thin. This one is a dark purple. All those layers of mottling, all those colors. And then we are only here. This is why it takes so long. But I could have made it thick, but you don't want it thick. You want it to be subtle. She's an older baby, so I want the mottling to be very subtle, but for her to have a lot of detail and a lot of depth. Do you ever have to reseal it so it doesn't fade in the future? So when I finish the dolls, I do several sealing layers. I have one very thin matte varnish layer that goes over everything that's almost like watery consistency. That's how I make sure that I get in all the creases and stuff like that. And then I add sort of a textured matte on top of that, which is also a sealant. And throughout the face, I actually posted a video about this. I use different sealants that are sealing the doll but also creating certain effects. Like, see how his nose looks oily? So that's a sealant, but it's also an effect. Same thing with the satin on his eyes, that makes them look a little bit like the skin is very thin and a little bit shiny. And his lips. The lighting might be too harsh for you to see a lot of that. There's probably about 40 layers on a finalized baby. He's gonna get hair. It's hard to see, but he's got some painted hair and some mapping all over his head. It's just some of it is lighter than other parts. So he does have mapping everywhere so that I can follow that pattern. But I'm so excited for him. I am pumped. Where is... I had a little hat over here. I'm self-taught. Oh no. Will you see color transfer the way Sis saw with her other baby with these babies? Yes, these are the same kind of dolls. Sis will have color transfer on her babies no matter what because she loves them and she takes them to school, and that's completely fine. You know, we have these preconceptions of what a reborn doll should look like after, you know, and how they should be taken care of, but we also have to understand that Sis has special needs and, you know, she's going to handle her dolls differently, and that's okay because she loves them anyway. What I can do is go into this with the knowledge of who's going to be taking care of the doll and, you know, add some extra sealing layers so that it doesn't get shiny as easily. Add some texture, which is a little bit of a barrier for paint transfer, but paint transfer is going to happen no matter what. Ink transfer is going to happen no matter what. If you yourself, this has happened to me, one time I got caught in the rain in dark blue leggings, and next thing I know I'm in the shower and I'm like, why are my legs bruised? It's because fabric can transfer ink even to your skin tone, really to anything porous, and that lasted on me for like 3 days. And it only came off of me probably because we shed dead skin as humans. But yeah, ink can transfer to anything porous. It's going to be more susceptible to that if it's a lighter kit and cheaper vinyl. Bountiful Baby is going to be more susceptible. And you'll also know that we had, if you were here earlier, we had issues with the heels of Sis's baby actually having some ink transfer from my white sheet that I didn't realize how discolored it was. So like this sheet is white, and this is the only thing I can think of, but like this is also white. So you can see that my sheets have gotten discolored. I didn't think twice about putting Sis's baby on there, but next thing I know, her heels have transfer. So that probably wouldn't have happened overnight with a sealed and finished kit, but it would have happened eventually. Now with an unpainted kit, that's always going to be really susceptible. But the good thing about an unpainted kit being more susceptible, well, it was easy to get the stains out because an unpainted kit is also easier to fix. My dolls cost $800 to $1,400 plus shipping, but some people have cheaper reborns and some people have more expensive reborns. I'm considered a master reborn artist by the Reborn Artistry Alliance and by the doll show community, based on my years of experience. That's how they gauge it. I forgot where I was going with that, so now it just sounds like I'm bragging. I feel like it was... Oh, I was talking about my prices. That's why my prices are higher. What's the best place to buy a blank kit? My favorite is McPherson's. Do we send them back to you to be repaired? Most of the time, I don't do repairs most of the time. There are certain circumstances where if there's something I did wrong, I would obviously take a doll back and repair it. But, like for instance, if somebody's like, oh my gosh, my dog ate my doll's hand, can you repaint it? It's like, no, sorry. Yeah, with proper care, and I do, I need to get like an official sheet of care instructions, but I do list care instructions in the PayPal invoice when people pay for my dolls. So, yeah, if something weird were to come up, I don't know what a weird thing would be, but if something came up with repairing a doll that I made where I in some way caused that doll to need repairs, absolutely, but it has not been my experience that that is ever the case. Sis's baby's coming along great. We've done 8 layers so far. I know it looks like nothing, but I promise we did. Oh, how'd you get that doll? What are you talking about? I want to know a lot about it. So I made this doll. I'm actually advertising my own work a little bit here. So the doll needs to be completely paid for before I start. This is Sis's baby. She's got 8 layers. We did 3 layers to get the flesh layer stuff. And we did 5 layers of mottling, which you're not going to see much on a toddler. I'm going to do it very fair and very light because toddlers don't have as much visible mottling. But there will be a depth effect, so it'll look like she's got blood flow under the skin, as toddlers do. Ignore my face paint. I have a little spot coming up there, so there's acne cream on my face. Yes, a trust the process kind of deal. Repainting, paying touch-ups. I don't typically do touch-ups as sort of a rule. You'd have to be like really nice to me. But yeah, trust the process kind of deal, yeah. I'm so excited for Sis too. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is my work. Though this was the second doll that I made coming back after having a hiatus. So, I do customs, but I don't normally do bigger dolls. So, June was still paid for normally and, you know, scheduled normally as far as customs would be scheduled. She was next in line. You know, no favors were done on that, and the only favor I did do was doing an older baby, which I don't normally do. I am coming back to the community after a 2-year hiatus, and I want to show my skill in newborns, so I want to specialize in newborns, so that's really what I'm working on right now. Now, that being said, certain kits might excite me more. Like, for instance, somebody earlier was like, would you do a Maddie kit? And that is a bigger kit, but I was like, I love that kit. I would do specifically that kit. I would make that work. And I also happen to have it on hand. Oh, thank you. It's a reborn doll that I made. Sorry, I never know if people are new or if they're in the community. I just don't want them to freak out when I start going like this, or when I set her down like this. Do you have a favorite kit? I don't really, but when people ask me that, I tend to just say Tegan. I really like the Tegan face. I think that's my, like, I like painting new kits every time. But, I painted 9 Tegans, so there must be something there. You're new, just joined from the UK. Awesome. How'd you get here? For you, Paige, or Amanda, the zombie video? Every once in a while, I still have people that, for a while, that was the bulk of my subscribers, was people like, when are you making another zombie? Can you do another zombie? No. For you, Paige. Awesome. I make reborn dolls. They look like real babies. I'm also doing sort of a high profile custom order right now, a very popular account of this woman who's a caregiver to her sister-in-law with special needs. Her sister-in-law loves reborn dolls, so I'm making her a reborn doll. She is my next custom order. And she looks a little creepy unpainted, but I promise I'm really good at painting smiling babies. Okay, she's not fully rooted, so her hair is going to look insane. Does anybody else have no sound? Most of the time, if only one person has no sound, you just have to leave and come back. But, as you can see, I paint smiling babies quite well. She's my last smiling baby. She keeps getting put on the chopping block as far as her rooting because she's personal collection. You have sound. Woo! Sorry, I might have missed the main comment. Or how did Amanda find me? So first I found Michelle. Me and Michelle started talking a little bit. And Michelle and I actually bonded quite a bit over, she was feeling the pressure about the Kimmy situation and about gaining a lot of followers who maybe don't understand the process and kept commenting on stuff, being like, oh, you should do this, and trying to tell her to do her job and all that. And I had a similar but different circumstance. At the time, my zombie video was going viral, and everybody, you know, most people were kind, but a lot of people were trying to make me paint another zombie. I didn't have much interest in it, but I did end up doing it anyway. A lot of people, though not the majority, would say really, really mean and hurtful things about me and wishing ill things about my own fertility and that I never have children and things like that, and just horrible, horrible things relating my zombie to the kids who are affected by the wars going on right now. Just some really, really, really shitty stuff. So honestly, that was like, I know, right? What does people steal? And it was literally like, it was less than 5% of the comments were that, but it was enough to just make you like so frustrated and even like anxious. But yeah, it was really difficult. Most of it was love though, and I tried to focus on the love. I didn't really get past that. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. I didn't really get past that until I started, and you can see if you scroll down enough, until I started replying to the stupid comments with video messages. And then I think I realized just how stupid a lot of it was. But there was still a lot of stuff in my filtered comments that was really horrible. Because I painted a zombie doll, and a lot of people weren't cool with a zombie toddler. I literally painted it when I was 19, and I was like, I warned people the entire video. And okay, so yeah, you've seen the zombie video. There's like 40 seconds of me telling the story of making this zombie that I was 19 years old. I was trying to make a Halloween decoration, and I just on a whim decided to put eyes in it and put it on a body. And like yeah, and also in my head, it's not like she was like dead. In my head, she was born like that. She's from a universe where like her mother and father loved her very much, and her mother and father were zombies, and they fell in love and made a zombie baby in this alternate universe where that can happen. It is still posted, yes. So if you're curious about the zombie video, I have a playlist on it. You can also just check my most popular video. I think it's got like over 2 million views. So that was the first thing to pop off that got me most of my followers, and the shitty comments were really, really, really shitty. She is not full silicone. She's vinyl. So she's not hard by any means, but she's not like vinyl squishy. Or she's not like silicone squishy. She's still flexible though. Sorry, I might have missed some comments. She has rooted hair. It's rooted one hair at a time. I did it. See, it's rooted. It's just set very nicely. She's got very nice hair. Took me a long ass time, so better be nice. I painted her myself. I make reborn dolls. I've been doing this for 11 years. Will sis have full silicone? No, we don't do silicone here. And sis doesn't like silicone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know I look like a fetus, but I started when I was 19. Christy, yes, that's sort of how it works, though. Yes, you buy the kit and I paint it, but most of the time I ship it directly to me. Like, I just have you pay for everything and I order the kit to me, so that way you don't need to, like, go ahead and order it yourself or any of that. Is mine one of the ones I can take out of the house or no? Oh, yeah, definitely. Sorry, it took me a second to process who you were. Yeah, of course. I have a reborn. There's Ava and Arlo, and you get loads of hate. That sucks. People are dumb. Would you make the Ella May kit by Jenny DeLange? That's a little big for my personal taste. I got into making reborns because I had an Ashton Drake that I thought was a reborn when I ordered it, and then I got a little bit, I kind of impulse bought it, and then I got a little bit more educated, and I was like, oh, this isn't a reborn, this is a manufactured realistic doll, but some people have reborned them, I'm gonna try, and then I did, and it wasn't bad for my first reborn. My reborns are $800 to $1,400. My dolls probably would be fabulous for elderly women. I hope some of the older ones have gotten donated to that. How can you fix bad reborn hair that's hard to manage? Ooh, that comment was so targeted at me. I can help. So you can spray it with like, sometimes you can get like a coconut oil spray, or just spray it with water and then style the hair and then wrap it in plastic wrap and let it rehydrate. That'll be really nice. You still have the first one you ever made? No, but I have the 50th. How long till sis will receive her baby? That should have been in the description of the live. December, around Christmas. You went and looked at the zombie dolls and you love them. Thanks. That was a whole mini era. Everybody was like, oh my god. I was like, it's a different time. People like creepy stuff. Maybe it will actually sell for more than cost of supplies, or like for, I was expecting like 500 or something. And because people were like interested, and I had over cost of supplies, or like for, I was expecting like 500 or something, and because people were like interested, and I had over 1 million views on that video, and I advertised the shit out of that doll. I made one, she looked better than Blair, and she only sold for like 230, I think, like barely cost of supplies. Thank you. I do love my zombie. She's in the other room. Thank you. Have you found that most people want babies for specific purposes, or like this situation? Actually, it's the opposite. It's a common stereotype that people who collect dolls have special needs or infertility issues, which doesn't mean that the minority of people who do have those issues are any less valid. It's just that the stereotype that everybody who collects reborns is mentally ill is something that we're trying to break. Because most people, like 90% of people who collect dolls, literally just like them. I know, right? And everybody was begging for this zombie, but I put her no reserve on eBay, 99-cent start, and I advertised the shit out of her listing. I just kept posting on it. I would even reply to people and be like, yep, she's for sale right now. You can go check out her listing. And she only got to 230. Have you made other character type dolls? No. Sort of. I did like an American Girl style doll that I painted to look like Anne of Green Gables. So I gave her like freckles, and I just like, was a Journey Girls doll, and I just took off all the facial paint and did my own facial paint, and she's actually really cute. I still have her. Yeah, I know a lot of people think that. And it's not, like I said, it's not to make people any less valid when they do have fertility issues. Like, they are so valid, or if they have special needs and all that. It's just like a lot of people assume that people who go, like, I am one of the people who happens to have depression and anxiety, but that's, I've realized, like, I originally got into Reborns thinking that might help me, but honestly, it's like, no, it hasn't hurt, but other things help me way more. I happen to have depression and Tourette's. I was diagnosed with anxiety, but as I've gotten older, I think that's more of a symptom of the other things. Thank you, Mickey. I have 4 personal collection dolls. I have her. I have fucking Skrillex right here, who will eventually get rooted. It's just the fact that she needs hair, and custom orders and make to sell dolls always take priority, so I just never get to her. But she's gonna have some blonde hair. That's little Sydney. And then I have Blair, who's the zombie. She's got like blondish hair. I sort of turned it around. Like this color. It's a couple different colors. It actually looks really nice. But that's the color hair she's gonna have. And then I have Lilia, who is my look-alike baby, and she is in the car seat over there. Anne of Green Gables. I love Anne of Green Gables. I would end up with $50. I would never want to get rid of them. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think I'm using like 3 different shades of blonde. And then the hairline's gonna probably be more of the white blonde. Night, Angel. Oh, thank you, Sarah. With a fancy good evening and everything. Thank you. I made it. We're kind of matching. At least with the cream colors. Okay, Miss Kira, title gifter. No, this isn't Pascal. It'll be a minute before Pascal gets his hair done. I'm probably going to start sometime like tomorrow. Also, how can you resist not keeping all the babies? I make plushies. It's so hard to let them go. Honestly, money. Sometimes it's harder than others. But I also have I have a plan to recreate a lot of dolls that I regret selling, and that's kind of consuming most of my desire for personal collection stuff. Do you do longer content of the doll making process on YouTube? No, I'm sticking with TikTok these days, but I was thinking right now what I'm doing is I'm painting this doll mostly on live, because this is a high profile, I don't know how you got here, but this is a high profile custom order. A lot of people want to see this doll painted, and so I've been doing lives at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day, except Saturday. We're not doing the evening ones. Somebody asked if I am painting tonight. I already have. I haven't decided if I'm going to do another layer on camera. I just got bored and came on here while I was cleaning up cups and containers. I have 4. Have you painted a Saskia? Yes, I've painted 2. Money is a completely valid option. My plushies aren't too popular, yet mainly make them for gifts. Make sure you tag your product off since you're not showing it. It's this t-shirt, isn't it? Got hate from Sis's. I thought you were saying you got hate from Sis's videos. Got here from Sis's videos, and I just love your energy. Thank you. Honestly, that's been like, everybody saying they love my energy has been such a little, oh my gosh, how was your macaroni salad? Y'all are regulars, and it shows. But yeah, it's been so great to hear that my energy is appreciated, because especially, you know, as a neurodivergent person where sometimes you're too much for people. I do think that I stand out on social media, and it's kind of nice to have that validated, because I'm such a fucking dork. And I like it when people see themselves in me too, when they're equally as dorky and weird. Like Tess from Touched by an Angel. I know that there's a person named Tess in that movie, but I don't think I've like actually really seen it. My macaroni salad is delicious. Though it is a mistake to, it was funny, I was playing D&D the other night. It is a mistake to have before you're talking a lot, like before a live, because it's delicious going in, for sure. But like, I'll be burping for like an hour afterwards, and it's disgusting. Pickle burps are gross. I'm doing great today. In my mind, we are friends. LOL. Kira, honestly, as a #1 gifter, my mind too, bro. You cried when your mom told you you were too old for dolls. I will say, I've got issues with my parents here and there, but that's one thing they never really told me. I bought a doll, a high-end doll that was over 100 or at least 90 when I was 14, and they were like, wow, you saved money for that. Good for you. I bake my dolls in a New Wave oven. Brookie says, I found my old baby doll clothes in pacifier. It made me so sad because of the memories. Oh no. Anyone see the live? Tara, it might just be you. Pascal's not going to be even sold until I finish his hair. It doesn't melt them, no. Yeah, that's my main reason for collecting, is just I like dolls and I think they're really cute, and I always have. Like, I literally, even just like at Walmart, I still walk through the doll aisle just to see what's there. I love dolls. I love dolls of all kinds. A New Wave oven, I think normally it's made for sort of like, to sort of do like a chicken or a turkey. Like you can do like a full chicken or a full turkey. That's what it's normally made for. But honestly, I think most of the customers these days are probably reborn artists, because that is like our go-to. But it's about maybe this round, and you can fit doll parts in there. I kind of want to paint that kit. I don't normally like painting Laura Lee Eagle's vinyl. I like her sculpts, but I don't like her vinyl. Though her sculpts don't tend to be the ones that I'm drawn to as like personal collection babies. I do like painting, like, or I like the idea of painting them. I just don't like the vinyl. Hey, Nicole. Alright, I should probably go get her legs out of the oven and put her arms in the oven. An oven of baby parts sounds wild. My life is wild, y'all. I need to put her back in the bassinet. I don't want to set her down on this sheet in here because we saw what happened to the heels of Sis's baby. I'd like to get a baby doll someday. Alright, Kira's in charge. I'm gonna go put the limbs in the oven. Be good. I'm gonna pause the live. A kit I really want to do is Adeline by Sabine Altenkirch, and I may or may not have made an impulse buy last night. We've thinned the herd. Still not fully decided on if I want to paint those tonight, because now I'm starting to get a little sleepy. The aforementioned macaroni salad. Oh, yeah, I just hit a wave of sleepy, which is bad because I got this thinking I'd be up mottling, and having this right before sleeping, like I said, how like an hour after you're like burping up pickle. Might be a bad idea. But we'll answer some more questions. Whoa, that's a heavy wave of sleepy. That was so sudden. I thought we were gonna model the legs. We'll answer some more questions though if you guys have them. I know we kind of thinned the herd with pausing the live as usual. Love your Cassie Brace babies. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite. I have the Maeve kit that I'm going to be painting soon. That's really exciting. It's so cute. You want pasta salad? You know, it's funny you should mention that. As I was going downstairs, I sort of stepped wrong a little bit. I don't think it's too bad. But it's been better than it was the first couple days that we started. Was it the day we started on? When did we start? June? Yesterday? Must have been the day. I think the 2 days before that it was really bad. Because my hip was hurting. I hate it when it moves up to my hip, but then it's been okay. But like I said, I did step wrong on the stairs today, and I never know what that's going to be the next morning. Because it truly is everything. It's not just the one knee. It's both ankles, both knees, and this hip. Because all that shit just keeps moving up. Because I'm not walking right. I can't lock my leg straight. Like, my leg is always slightly bent. And that just means that I'm never walking right. Sebby and Zoe. I was looking at Sebby the other day. He's so cute. Yeah, it's not even about the, like, the knee is not affecting me, painting-wise. It's more just, like, that's my existence no matter what, so it's not that big of a deal. If I'm gonna be laying down icing my knee, I might as well be sitting here. This thing has a recline, like a little footrest thing. I might as well be sitting here icing my knee if otherwise I'm gonna be laying down icing my knee. But most of it is my own stupidity. Though it's stupidity, like, things that I shouldn't have to be careful about. At 30, I have to be careful about. You need to make a kit list or you'll have doubles. Yeah, so far, knock on wood, I only just have a bin of kits. Though it is a bit overflowing now. I just came back into the community in January, so I went to I don't think I'll be able to afford going to any other doll shows except for the Raleigh one. because I can drive to that one, and that's what I went to this year. Yeah, I know I have something on my face. It's acne cream. I've got a little spot coming out. Yeah, the same kit painted by different artists can look like different babies. Honestly, the same kit painted by the same artist can look like different babies. I painted 9 Tegans. They all looked very different. But yeah, I'm hoping to have a table at next year's doll show, at the Raleigh doll show. My friend Vicky comes in these lives sometimes, and she was she won first place in the intermediate category for her doll. She's very talented. Nice. Yeah, that kit was big. I never had too much interest in painting that, which is funny because I really like Gracie May. There's a little fly in here. No, just acne cream. I just did it for the comments. Now I'm almost, like, honestly, when I started the live, I was kind of like, what if I should make a video with this on my face so people will comment about it, which improves the algorithm. I love her little pinky out. White is definitely her color. She also looks good in the mint stuff. I'll be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now it's 11 p.m. You can do the calculations on your time zone. 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. So pretty much I eat lunch, then go live. And then I'll eat dinner, and then go live again. The last 30 minutes of those lives will be the Q&A session, though people tend to ask questions throughout the painting anyway. You found out what your baby is? Like your real life baby? Oh, you found your kit. That's exciting. Were you the one who messaged me about finding out what your doll's kit is? Or am I completely misconstruing that? Oh, real life. Oh, real life baby. Yes, I do take my dolls out and people do think they're real. I always say that they're not, though. Reborn mama. 420. I mean, I'll give you that comment, but I'm not gonna, like, sorry, I don't do, like, shout outs and stuff like that, because then everybody asks for shout outs and it's annoying. Well, if it's available in a couple weeks. But we do have somebody who's planning on paying this week, so. I've encountered rude people in the wild. Not necessarily surrounding the reborn dolls, but I'm also in a privileged position of being an artist. So when I take the dolls out, I can be like, oh yeah, I made this. And that's what people normally react to more than, like, why do you have it? I have 4 in my personal collection. This one's for sale for $400. Oh wait, Jessica, did we find out what? So it's what gender of your actual baby? Is that what's going on? Or you're finally getting your boy. Is this a reborn or a real baby? Either way, congratulations. Yeah, normally being able to go live happens around 900. Oh, real baby. That's awesome. Alright, maybe we'll do one mottling layer. Because I've got to do 5 and they take forever to dry. Oh, you only need 500? Interesting. Alright, I'm going to wipe this off now because if I'm going to be at that side angle, it's going to be weird. I will have any kid, boy, girl, straight, gay, trans, queer, you can be whatever, but if I have an athlete, not this artsy-fartsy bitch. Real talk though, I'm super, like, the stuff we know about childhood concussions now, terrifying. Soccer and football, you're gonna need to, like, you're gonna need to make me a PowerPoint or something to convince me that that's something you really want. Brain damaged child. Alright, we're gonna do one layer of mottling on the legs and then I'm probably gonna go to bed. This is so good. Whatever I think the baby needs. Though it's normally like 5. And I'll also, like for older babies, I'm sort of thinning it down quite a bit. Like I honestly, for older babies, I might do more layers, but they're a lot thinner. So you see my layers are super thin, but you can see the tint just a little bit. Creepy. Says somebody named Toasty Toes. Think about that. Thank you. Come on. I know, me too. She's so cute and smiley. Thank you. It's gonna take a while. And if I get ahead, that means I've earned a break. Honestly, I think I am getting ahead. I'm gonna still try to do lives and stuff. My parents autistic. What baby did you night by last? How the fuck did you know? Adeline by Sabine Altenkirch. Are you watching me? Are my parents artistic? So my mom played guitar, and my dad is very creative with woodworking, but they're both kind of boomers, so they weren't really allowed to be artistic. Maybe they could be if they had the opportunity to do that, but my grandparents, though. My maternal grandmother plays piano, and she's an artist. She does paintings. And I'm also a writer. Storytelling is honestly my true passion. Like, that's like my life goal passion, is storytelling and being able to tell stories. And my grandfather, who I never met, he passed when my dad was 18. He ran a printing press out of his basement, and he would write the articles and write little stories. I forget the name of it, but he had a bunch of little, mini serial stories that he would do. So that's cool. Sophia, hi, remember me? I'm sorry to say I do not. Remind me. But I've got a lot of people messaging me and talking to me right now. That helps me. Sorry, I'm probably not going to remember many people. I'm responding to at least 30 messages a day these days. Yes. There's June. These aren't her permanent eyes. Be skeptical of that Sophia account if you get a message from that account. Also, could be nothing, and she could be perfectly fine. I have muted her, but that was a little bit of a sketchy question, which sometimes might lead to her messaging a bunch of you and saying she's got dolls for sale. Don't listen to it. Or it could be nothing. But here is June. And here's Pascal we should start rooting tomorrow. He's looking super precious. I'm trying to visualize him with his hair done. He's so cute. Thank you. But yeah, look out for that, and just know that no seller will ever contact you. No seller will ever contact you and be like, hey, I've got some dolls for sale, are you interested? They come into the lives and they'll find people in a popular live, a relatively popular live, and then they'll block the mods and message the people in the live and be like, hey, I got this doll for sale, or oh, I've got to get rid of these dolls for free. And they'll try to do that and scam you. Never listen to that. Do you ever do hair for the brows or just paint? Just paint. It's way more realistic that way, and I know that sounds counterintuitive, but rooted brows, you just don't have the fineness needed for the baby hair rooted brows. Yeah, I'm still at it. I got, I don't know, I was sitting here and I was cleaning up my paint stuff and I was like, I feel like talking to people. But we are about to get off. Little Pascal, he's so cute. He's all boy too. We put a bow on him and he looked like a boy in a bow. Alright, any last questions before I head out? And I'll finish the other mottling probably before I go live, and then the kit will be all together and will be, like, the legs will have caught up to the arms and the head. I don't redo dolls. God, homemade mac salad is so flippin' good. It's amazing how much they fuck it up with all the preservatives when you try to get it, like, pre-made. I love sis too. Little baby June. She's so pretty. Even, like, barely painted, she's still so cute. I'm already in love with her. She just looks so happy. How many babies do open? Could you rephrase that? I don't really know what you're asking. True. Yeah, they put way too much vinegar in and it just tastes artificial. I love how her dimple's becoming more obvious. She really is adorable. How many babies do you own? Oh, I own 4 personal collection dolls. And I have a doll, and then there's like dolls for sale that we're having. I'm having macaroni salad. We actually made it on live a couple days ago because I was like, yeah, I want to just like join me while we make mac salad. So there's red onion, artichoke, some carrots that I needed to get rid of, mayonnaise, pickles, pickle juice, pepper, garlic powder. I think that's it. Oh, and Dijon mustard. You know, I have a video of a couple. They might be some older ones, but you can see most of the dolls that are here. It should be something called, like, My Doll Collection. I think it was a reply to one of the questions. If you look, like, if you filter to my most popular videos, it should be in the first couple rows. Alright, I'm probably gonna head out. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We spent way too much time on lives today. But sometimes I'm lonely. Honestly, I felt cute today, so it was fun. You guys have a great night. Now I gotta look cute tomorrow. Alright, bye.